The Lovebirds is an action-adventure comedy in the biggest fucking quotations possible that was supposed to be in theaters, but no, Netflix picked it up. Netflix put out this bullshit on everybody, and yeah, you can tell I didn't like this movie very much. And if you've seen the trailer, you have seen every good part of the movie, I guess, or every comedy spot that there was supposed to be. Unfortunately, the trailer made about, had about as much cohesion as this movie did. This movie is fucking rotten. It's from the same guy who directed The Big Sick. Also stars the same man who was in The Big Sick. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce his name because I don't want to butcher it, but he's actually been pretty good. The Big Sick wasn't that bad. He was in Stuber. He wasn't that bad in that. And Issa Rae, she was in The Photograph. And Little, another comedy that wasn't very good, but she's actually good. So I was excited to see what these two could do. They're a couple that, everything starts out great. They're all in love and everything, and they have so much in common. And then 4 years later, they suddenly don't have all that much in common, and they're arguing about the show The Amazing Race. They're arguing about reality TV. That right there proves that their relationship probably is on the goddamn rocks if you're arguing about reality TV. I've seen a lot of shit this year, especially since theaters have been closed down. I even saw some shit in theaters before they were before they were shut down, like The Turning and Fantasy Island and stuff like that. And this ranks right up there, and here's why. The movie's infuriating. This couple does nothing but just talk nervously and over talks through every single goddamn thing. It's like they say every damn thing that's on their minds. And I don't understand how anybody thought this was funny, which is scary because these two can actually be really funny and are pretty good actors. And you're thinking, from the same guy who directed The Big Sick, which I can't say was the best movie, but was pretty damn good. This was fucking shit. So you have this couple who they're about to break up, and then they hit somebody with their car. Oh no, what the hell happened? They go and try and help the person. And then this guy gets in, says, I'm a cop, and then he ends up running the person over multiple times. They're like, I don't think he was a cop. Then they run away from the situation, and then they have to go on the run because they think the cops are going to come after them because these two people come by and see them see them staying over the guy's body, and they're like, well, you ran him over. And they don't talk themselves out of the situation because they're fucking idiots. My God. I already shredded my goddamn notes for this. You know why? Because the movie was fucking bullshit. So from there, they figure out to there's this weird secret society, or, this one guy was doing this kind of weird party bullshit and stuff like that, and they couldn't they couldn't figure out why somebody would try to be out to get them, or what this guy was doing, why he ran somebody over. And then earlier they try to figure out more of this plot, go to this bar, they get captured, and this southern lady, every southern stereotype rolled into one. You got two choices. You can get bacon grease to the face, or you can get what's behind that door. Why didn't you just tell him to squeal like a piggy, you dumb bitch? So the guy gets kicked by the horse. I'll take the grease, and then they free themselves and everything, and then they go and get that guy at the party and everything, and then everybody ends up getting either tranked or shot or killed or whatever. I don't really care because none of the characters fucking mattered in this movie. And then they figure out a way to go to this secret party and everything where everybody's wearing plague doctor masks. And meanwhile, they could have just gone to the cops and pleaded their case and everything because the cops are looking for them, and we find out why a little bit later. But, they're there, and, hey, don't take your masks off or whatever, because nobody else is taking their masks off. And what they do, they take their masks off. Oh, no, they figured out we're traitors. Even though they were talking through the whole ceremony and everything, talking. This movie's fucking just nothing but talking. It's also about fucking because they show brief shots of like a goddamn plague doctor mask orgy, which I thought was only something you could find on the dark web, not Unfriended the dark web, which was also bullshit. This movie continues with, the people they get captured by the cops, and it turns out, the cops, we're just looking for you. We saw the footage. We know what's going on. You guys have been basically wasting an hour of the viewer's life going on the run and doing all this shit and everything, this unfunny bullshit, this, barely coherent amount of scenes that, are just bad SNL skits and all this. It's not funny comedy at all. Then the guy finds them. Turns out he is a cop. And, They dispatch him similar to how the killer got dispatched in I Know What You Did Last Summer, just without any of the hand stuff getting, his hand getting detached. They just shoot him and they knock him over the side. Oh, and they bond and they're a happy couple and everything again, and oh, it's all good and everything. And then they have an end credit scene where they're on The Amazing Race. Look, I don't expect movies to be always intelligent. I expect movies to be fun. If you can take me away from whatever I'm dealing with or give me some entertainment, I don't expect movies to be high class. I don't even expect movies to be low class. You can be some of the dumbest bullshit, because I watched some bad horror movies. I watched some stuff this year that I didn't expect would be all that good. I've been liking a lot more movies lately, even though I have given some bad grades to some Netflix originals, and this is one of the worst. Is it absolutely one of the worst? And it's no fault of the cast. It's everything to do with the fact the movie isn't funny. It isn't funny. There's no mystery. There's no crime. There's no good about it. No good aspects. Nothing about this movie is any fucking good, and I hate it. I absolutely goddamn hate it. It's going to be in my top 5. If it isn't in my top 5 by the end of the year, then this has been a really shitty year. And it's actually been a pretty good year for movies. I've given quite a few good grades. Like, I've given a lot of A grades, a lot of B grades, and stuff like that. And I'm just one person. I'm sure that plenty of other people will feel otherwise, and that's fine. If you guys like this movie, fan-fucking-tastic. I hope you do. And I hope you, do your own reviews and talk about how much you liked it. Because again, the couple isn't, the main couple, they're not the problem. But they aren't necessarily funny in this, but they have been good in other stuff. But this movie, it was infuriating in the beginning, and I had a feeling that my opinions weren't going to change, but I'm like, you know what? Okay, let's push it to the side, let's give it a chance, maybe it'll get better. No. I didn't even laugh once. And I will laugh at a bunch of stupid shit. This movie is fucking trash. It deserves an F. I would say an F minus, but that grade doesn't exist. One of the worst movies of the year, worse, as bad as The Turning, or close to it, as close to Fantasy Island as it could possibly get. This may be in a tight horse race for worst movie of the year. I mean, I don't exactly know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Yeah, it gets a fucking... The Lovebirds is absolute trash. I may have to watch something else just to get this bad taste out of my mouth. Anyway, agree, disagree with what I said. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Reckland. I'll see you soon.